So we come into this room and we gave you one obstacle to navigate. You have one false wall right here with the bad guy, and we have two guys trying to figure out how to clear this space behind the wall. Not too complicated, right? We open up one door and now have you guys try to clear that space without overexposing yourself to what's in that room, right? And all of a sudden, just by adding that second area, right, now this became way more challenging. If we open up a second door that's behind you guys, so as you're trying to navigate clearing the man-sized space that's in the same room as you, while covering down on the angles that you're opening up to while looking into here, but now your back is being exposed to this, right? All of a sudden, with two people, this becomes super, super complex, right? And we just have one barricade in the room, that's it, right? So if you take this concept as we're learning these fundamentals of CQB, right? And now we look at this from like a home defense standpoint. Most of us would go, hey, if we're trying to protect our family, get in a room, shut the door, hide behind the bed or whatever it is, right? But the mentality usually is shut all the doors. But once you start doing this, you realize when all these doors are shut, the only thing in this room I have to worry about is what's in this one corner, right? I open up the doors and now, oh my gosh, every step I take, I'm opening up angles in 3 directions. Does that make sense? So it brings us to reconsider, how are we actually defending our home? If we opened up all the doors down the hallway and we have a hiding spot that can see into the hallway with multiple doors open, when the bad guy is moving through the space, whether they understand what they're experiencing or not is irrelevant. But as they come down that space, they're like, oh wow, there's angles everywhere. And they might not understand what they're experiencing, but for them to process the information of 5 rooms at one time, right, is nearly impossible. So the amount of information they have to process, which slows their timing, right? It takes more time to look into all the spaces. So if you're trying to get that 1 second or 3 second, window to set an ambush and stop the bad guy, right? There's less likely that they're going to see your ambush position if there's 5 possible places the ambush could be coming from, versus if all the doors are shut but one, right? Or now we've let him not have to worry about any of these rooms. He can deal with it one at a time. Now he opens the door into your room and now he has to process that room, but you're 8 feet away behind the bed. You know what I mean? Like how much the reactionary gap of that, like you guys are basically at a draw. Right. You know what I mean? So again, like when we start understanding and seeing these angles, we can play it from both sides. One is we experience it from trying to learn how to clear the spaces. And as we're doing that, we can reverse engineer everything we're experiencing to go, wow, this part was really complex, or what made this really hard? Okay, how do I replicate that in my home to put that to my advantage when I'm actually trying to protect myself? Does that make sense? Yeah. Right?